So my name's Rosanna. I run a business called Rosanna Clare Leather Workshops. So I teach leather classes and I make products which I sell online and also at markets and fairs. I actually did a degree in graphic design because I've always been quite creative. I've crafty parents, my mum's an artist, my dad's a carpenter, and so it's always in the blood, like making and drawing and things like that. So I did graphic design, but I realised partway through the course it wasn't really for me. But I finished the course, and then when I graduated I was sort of a bit lost, and I was actually in a market stall in London, and there was a lot of fashion graduates with work they'd done that they were selling, a lot of leather bags and things like that, and I thought they looked really cool but quite expensive. And then I came across a guy selling some leather and I just thought, oh, I'll buy some of that, it's not that expensive, I'll have a go myself. So I went back to my mum and said, can you show me how to sew? Because she's a very good seamstress, she had a sewing machine, so that was it really. And I just started experimenting and making stuff, and just on the side as a hobby, and it just sort of grew and grew. In the meantime, I trained to be a teacher, so I taught design and technology. So within that, I was teaching a bit of textiles, a bit of sewing, and sort of incorporated bag making into that as well. And yeah, it just sort of took over. And then eventually, after about 10 years in teaching, I set up the business. So, and that was about 6 years ago now. So yeah, I've been at Smithbrook Kilns now for nearly 4 years. It's a really lovely space. I love the workshop I've got. It's got, you know, really good light. So when I came to have a look and they showed me this unit, I was just like, yeah, it's perfect. And just the community here, there's a lot of other makers, a lot of other businesses. There's actually nearly, well, over 45 other businesses here, and quite a few of us who are makers and craftspeople. So from being in a sort of garage workshop to moving into an area where you're surrounded by other people doing similar sort of things, that was really great. You know, it's got a cafe here, so when I have people for workshops, I can send them there for lunch, so I don't have to make it for them like I used to. And yeah, just really nice to be in a community. A typical week, you could say a couple of courses during the week. I run about over 12 different courses now from a studio. I also do off-site courses where for corporate events and private members clubs, doing those. And then when I'm not teaching, I often get repair jobs as well. So quite a few people, you know, with buckles broken or something, or it could be as little as that, or it could be quite involved. So I've actually learned quite a lot just from, you know, getting these various different jobs in and teaching myself how to do various things that I haven't come across before. So it's a lot of self-taught things and a lot of watching YouTube videos as well. But I love that. I love the challenge of that, like someone bringing something I've never seen before and going, can you fix this? And go, yeah, I'm sure I can. And working it out as you do it. And I do commissions where I upcycle jackets and sofas and old leather. So I really, that's a lot of what I do is taking leather that could have gone into landfill and turning it into something else. And things like jackets, particularly, I've had where people have had a loved one has died and their jacket is something that they're not going to use but they don't want to get rid of, so I turn it into a bag for them. So it's got that sentimental value to it. They're always, each of them are individual, so it's a really nice thing to do. So yeah, really varied actually. There is the ethical issue of working with leather. So, I mean, it is a byproduct of the meat industry, and things are changing, and people, you know, there's more awareness about that industry and people becoming vegetarian and vegan and things like that. So I have looked at alternatives. So there are something called Pinatex, which is made from pineapple leaves. So it's quite a sturdy material. It doesn't look like leather. It's got a similar sort of feel, but it's very durable and it's a good sort of substitution. Cactus leather is a new thing coming out, stuff made from fungus as well. There's all sorts of things coming out. So I'm always like looking at options to diversify there as well. So I'm offering now new courses where people can make completely leather-free items. A lot of what I use has come from upholstery companies, so they've got offcuts that they're just not big enough, or they've got marks and things that where they can't use it. So I buy that off them at a reduced price, and then I can use it in my classes and in some of my products. So saving it from landfill is a big way of getting around that. So I've been on a show called Money for Nothing, which is on the BBC. That came about because I was actually, when I did a trade show a few years ago, I was opposite a chap whose work I recognised from the show, a guy called Dan Heath. He does beautiful illustrations, he designs wallpapers and Art Deco inspired designs. And I said, have you been on the show Money for Nothing? And he's, yeah, so I basically quizzed him about it because I'd been thinking about doing it. And yeah, so he told me all about the process. I just applied. I sent them my book because I've got a book of projects. I thought that will show them that I know what I'm talking about. And yeah, so I had a sort of video interview so they could tell that, you know, I can actually talk, don't have three heads. And then within a few weeks they sent me an item to work on. And now we have done 5 projects and 3 have been on TV, 2 in the pipeline. So yeah, it's been really good actually. People can find out more about me through my website, so it's rosannaclare.com, Claire without an I. I sell through there, I sell through Etsy. I'm also on Instagram, Rosanna_Clare, and Facebook. I have a Facebook group for all leather crafters that can join if they're interested in doing leather craft. So I do videos on there and sharing tips and things like that. And I'm on LinkedIn, pretty much all of them. Twitter, not so much, but yeah, Instagram, Facebook, and my website basically.